Hi, I'm Heyoka, here from TeamLiquid.net. I'm here with Purge. How you doing, Purge?
I'm doing great.
How's your experience been at the event?
It's been freaking amazing, honestly. I've been here about 8 days now. I got to Valve on the 23rd, and we spent a lot of time at the studios just checking stuff out and getting the tour and hanging out with the players a lot. So it was just amazing.
Did you get to play in the booths before everything got set up?
Yeah, I got to play 2 games, actually. It was really fun. The first game, they picked a bunch of freaking terrible heroes, and we still lost. It was bad. I picked a Tide really early, and they ended up doing this weird cheesy tri-lane with like an Axe and a Keeper of the Light or something, so we just got out lane there really hard. But game 2, we ended up winning because Meepone rushed a Divine Rapier Mask of Madness on Gyrocopter, and we killed him and stole it. So, I mean, it was kind of a stupid win, but totally went 1-1 on stage, so I feel good.
Have you considered finding the replay and casting your own game?
I could probably ask them for it, and they could maybe dig it up, but no, I don't think so. It's not going to happen. They were okay. They were fun. It was fun, though. It was nice to communicate in person. That was the best thing about it.
So, how have you been watching all the tournament then? Have you been watching the stage games, I assume, since you're doing the post-game interviews?
Yeah, I'm watching pretty much every stage game that I have a likelihood of casting, which is any team that speaks English primarily. So even the Southeast Asian teams, they all speak English, I believe. So I've been watching all those. The group stage matches, I was kind of back and forth doing interviews and practice interviews just based on free teams, just to get practice in pretty much. So I didn't catch all of the group stage matches, but generally, yeah, a lot of the matches.
What did you think of the games? Did you enjoy? Was there a game in particular you really loved?
The Navi IG set was really awesome. The Navi LGD set was also really awesome. And it's just nice to sit and watch the best of the best players sometimes, just because you can really appreciate the highest levels of Dota and understand the little nuances a little bit better. So it's been really good.
Were you surprised by any of the strategies that people used, like maybe the Tiny Wisp thing, or?
Yeah, I've seen Tiny Wisp maybe once before the tournament in Dota 2, so I wasn't surprised by it, but I was definitely surprised by how strong the Tiny was as a late game carry yesterday. I thought that game was 100% over. So that was pretty insane. Made me appreciate Tiny a lot more.
What do you think about all the Morphling play? Did you enjoy watching it, or did it start to grate on you at some point?
Morphling kind of makes me snooze right now, but I appreciate the hero a lot. But the problem is that, I don't know, he's kind of like how Anti-Mage was 7 months ago, where Anti-Mage was in every single game, and that was really boring. So for that reason, I guess Morphling's kind of shitty right now. But I think the biggest issue is just that he's actually really good at soloing mid, because he's so hard to get killed. So the Morphling solo mid is the main reason why probably Morphling is kind of lame right now, in my opinion.
So what do you think about Navi banning Morphling and instead choosing to play against Naga?
I think that was really smart. What it seemed like Navi did, at least, was they had this strat prepared, which was look at Naga and counter her. And personally, I've been really underwhelmed by Naga's performance as a wombo combo hero, because I've seen too many team fights where they'll set it up and it'll be like, oh, this is going to be awesome, but then they'll still break even in the team fights. So with Darkseer, things obviously get scarier, but they had that prepared. They got the BKB rush on Enigma, and then you just black holed it. They picked Juggernaut, Dendi 4-staffed out, I believe. You can get out of it with Blink Daggers as well, so unless it's a black hole, I believe. I think they catch you no matter what. But it was awesome to see that strat. They had it prepared. They're waiting to finally let them take it and assume confidence, and then they just stomped them with it. So I'm really curious to see what the Chinese teams ban first round against them now, because maybe Navi will squeeze it through again and be like, go ahead, just try it. See if you can beat our Juggernaut. So,
what do you think about, like the Dendi Rubik? Do you think maybe they should consider banning that?
I think his ability to pick up Ravages has been really good, and his ability to snag those abilities has been insane, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's the hero that's really pulling things together. I mean, if you don't ban Rubik, then maybe they'll just pick up a Lycan and do something else that works out, but I'm not really sure. I don't think I understand the game quite well enough to know whether or not Rubik ban would be the best choice. So,
have there been any item builds you thought were especially interesting?
I liked the Lincolns on Naga, but I think the heart progression afterwards was too tanky, unless you have another hard carry. I saw some games where it would be like Naga Morphling, and in that case, I think it's fine to tank up the Naga, but if Naga's your only carry, I think you have to do at least a defusal after the Lincolns. So I like the item build, but I think it could be better.
So LGD finally lost today. They hadn't lost the game all tournament, and then they kind of just went down in flames. What do you think about that?
I didn't catch too many other games in the group stage where they just dominated everybody, but they obviously did perform very well against the Navi games. I don't know, I thought they could maybe take it, but IG did kind of grind them out slowly. It's just like Anti-Mage won each game, and I didn't catch all of game one. It was like a really long game, I think, something like that. But I don't know. I'm kind of break even on those teams. I don't have too much investment in either since I haven't watched enough of their games in the past.
Were you surprised at all by maybe not the strength necessarily the Chinese play, but just of like the kind of their style, the way they came in and kind of played a little bit differently, and maybe in ways that a lot of the European teams aren't as practiced against?
Yeah, the main thing they do that is really impressive is they never make mistakes, and you see that by it's like this. They make mistakes that they choose that happen. Like you waveform into a team fight, and you're like, wow, that was stupid, and then they die. The Chinese teams never do that.
Yeah.
They always initiate perfectly, and they coordinate their efforts. Very, very few mistakes, and that's the reason why they win more games. So.
Do you have any particular stock in the finals? Do you think Navi's going to win again, or do you think IG can take it?
I think pretty much myself and pretty much everybody backstage is just super happy that it's Navi versus a Chinese team instead of a double Chinese, because it would have been less enjoyable to watch.
Definitely.
But we're all, I don't know. I guess I'd rather have Navi win. I'll be rooting for them for sure. So.
Is there anything else you want to do here for the next 12 hours while you're in Seattle?
Sleeping would be cool. Catching up on sleep a little bit. Hanging out with people. I haven't had enough time to socialize really, but that's because I've been waking up at like 7 and then doing stuff till like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So I haven't had enough time to hang out with people. I did earlier in the week, but as a lot more people showed up towards the end, so I haven't had quite enough to do that. So I would like to do that tonight maybe.
Just kind of meet some of the players, that kind of thing?
No, I met almost all the players,
Okay.
but like casters and maybe other people that are in Seattle this weekend,
Right.
stuff like that. So.
Well, the finals are going to start at some point, so I think we should probably go.
Yeah,
Thanks for talking to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice interview.
Thank you.